Sunday evening, Glock hit 6. DC Wolf grabbed the mic, spit them Auburn tricks. War Eagle chant echo through the mix. On that YouTube channel, Golf Sports, get your fix. Huddle up, game day replays. Highlights on deck, watch them Tigers amaze. From the field to the court, stories that blaze. DC Wolf's got the scoop, so tune in, press play. Huddle up, game day replays. Highlights on deck, watch them Tigers amaze. From the field to the court, stories that blaze. DC Wolf's got the scoop, so tune in, press play. Auburn Addicts, every move, every play. DC Wolf got the news, best believe what he say. Sunday evening 6, catch the live display. War Eagle in the house, show him the way. Recaps and stats break down so neat. From the fans in the stands to the players in cleats. Orange and blue, we never face defeat. Sunday night swag can't be beat. DC Wolf, he the GOAT, no debate. All the big plays, in on tape. From Toomer's Corner to Jordan Harrier Gate. Auburn reigns supreme, checkmate. Got the interviews, got the insider's view. When it's Sunday at 6, Wolf's go come through. For the fans and the fam, it's a Bama coup. Smashing that subscribe, Wolf's crew grew. Smashing that subscribe, Wolf's crew grew.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What's up, Tiger people? We are in the house today. I'm your host, DC Wolf, and this Auburn Addicts TV, and we are coming to you live. Auburn News Today, aka have you heard? I got the man, the myth, the legend. I got the man himself, that guy, the ice cold brother, ladies and gentlemen, Nick Frazier from Water Cooler Talk Sports. What's up, Nick? Talk to me, man. What's up, man?
Hello, how are you doing today? Doing great. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. Let's go, man. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to some recruiting spotlight, man. We had our annual scrimmage yesterday, man, which we're just going all off the map, man. We're not having a day, man. We're not televising, man. It's breaking my heart, Nick. It's breaking my heart, man.
It is what it is.
Tradition is broken.
I mean, yeah. I feel what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from.
And I was like think about how you was talking about, man, how we used to go and sign autographs. It went from that, man, to just 8-day game. Then it went from that to not being televised. It's just like, man.
Well, they had an autograph session yesterday. They had one.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
They had
what's
an
up.
autograph session yesterday.
That's what's up. That's great, man. That is great, man. How you doing, Auburn Addicts? How y'all doing today, man? Welcome in. Come on in, man. We're gonna talk some recruiting, man. Spotlight, man. We're gonna talk some position groups. We're gonna talk some, man. We're gonna do some name dropping today, as you can see, man. And I got Nick asked Nick a question, man. We had this long drawn out talk about this, man. I want to get his perspective to see if it's changed on my man Nico.
It has not. My perspective has not changed. Just go ahead and let you know. We'll get into it
later.
later.
Man. We talk about Nico, man. We're gonna talk about Nico in a little bit, man. I know that's not Auburn, but it's like big news, man. It's not. We thought it was gonna happen, and it's happening. It's going down. So, Nick, Auburn News Today. Let's get to some superlatives, some recruiting news, man. Let's talk about my man Wilson Zaire, man.
Yeah,
offensive tackle, man. And he is the brother of Killian Zaire, who was recruited by Marcus' favorite coach, Gus Malzahn. So his brother was on campus, man, for the game, man, for the practice, actually. And man, he said Auburn is one of his top teams. He was supposed to go to North Carolina this weekend to see one Bill Belichick. But guess what, Nick? He canceled it. Because he was like, man, Auburn acts like they really want him. He was like, Auburn acts like, man, they really want me. I feel like I'm a priority here. So I canceled the GOAT, man. Canceled my trip to GOAT. See the GOAT.
Hey, that says a lot, man. That says a lot.
Yeah,
if you got a guy that's, because North Carolina's gonna be, a player in college football, in the next couple of years because of Bill Belichick. But you having a guy cancel, his visit to go see, North Carolina and see what they have going on there. come back to Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was at Auburn the week before as well.
Yeah, he was
back. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it tells you a lot. Tells you a lot, man. So
Mhm.
I mean, could be any moment in time now before we start seeing a commitment from
Mhm.
Mr. Zaire or some other guys as well. So it's gonna be good to see, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great to see.
Okay. And the next guy, man, is my man, Braylon Womack.
Yeah, man.
5-star safety was in the house again. They say this man does not need a GPS to get around the Auburn campus because he's been there so much, man.
It ain't hard anyway.
Yeah,
It ain't
man.
hard anyway.
So what was funny about him and what he said was, about the coaching staff, man. He was like, he liked the coaching staff, man. He's, getting a closer bond. He's a man of faith. His family is a family of faith. So he was like, that's how they walk, by faith, man. So he's like, liking what Hugh Freeze is selling, man, as far as walk, man. And also he said, man, as far as his leader, he wouldn't name his leader, but he was like, whoever it is, man, Auburn is getting close. Auburn's getting close. And his sister goes to Auburn, man.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. I was just about to say he got siblings that go to Auburn. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm gonna be honest with you. Womack,
Be honest with me, Nick. Be honest.
I wouldn't be surprised within the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
We potentially, and I don't have no inside intel on this. This is just a feeling that I get. I just feel as if I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of weeks we see a commitment from him.
Okay, man, that would be great, man.
I mean, to get him to get a five-star to commit that early in the summer would be great.
Man, those dudes are recruiting, man, because he said, man, TJ Ruffin, man, he was like, when he got a call from him, he was like, he told him that his sister went to school there. He was like, man, okay, man, let me hang up this phone. He was like, man, that man was at his 6 o'clock workout, man.
That's what's up.
I'm like, man, that's some recruiting to be at your workout. To be at the 6 o'clock workout is phenomenal, man. So they putting in work, man. Hugh Freeze says it's gonna take 3 classes, Nick. We got 2 top 10s, we got 2 in, got 1 more, man. You know what I'm saying? He was like, we should be able to compete right now. Yeah, he said we should be able to compete this year. He's like, we'll have to line them up, see what it do. But he was like, man, with that when we get this 3rd class in, we should be able to compete with the elite people in the SEC. That's Hugh Freeze.
That's a crutch, but you need to go ahead and learn how to win.
I'm just saying, he's just saying, man, when he get his last class in, and you got to give him credit. He did say, man, 3 classes in, 3 full classes in, man, he'll be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? We want him to win this year. I do too, but you know what I'm saying? Give him that last class, man.
It's not about winning. It's about showing progression, and you didn't.
Yes,
that's what
I agree with that.
Like, if you would have shown progression from year 1 to year 2, I don't think there would have been much about coaching and about him. That's the thing. It's the progression and people progressing. It doesn't look like that's happening. But on the offensive side,
I'm sold on that. What you just said, I'm sold on that, man. I agree with that, man. If it was progression, then it wouldn't be as hard. I would agree, Nick. All right, Nick.
You don't hear us being upset about recruiting at all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's excited about recruiting. You progressing in recruiting, but you can't progress with what's on the field. Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Frazier, I agree with you, Mr. Frazier. I cannot disagree with that one. Cannot argue with you. All right, let me ask you this, and I'm actually on the heels of something Hugh Freeze said, and I'm going somewhere with this, Nick. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
What position group would you say is the best position group on the team? Overall, the best offense, defense. Yeah, best talented, however you want to categorize it. If you had to pick one, man, you had to put the rent on it. If you didn't pick right, man, you was gonna be out on the street in a cardboard box. Which is the best position group right now?
Right now,
Auburn Tigers.
I would probably have to say best would probably, it's between 2. It's between, I'm gonna probably have to go defensive back. Defensive secondary would probably be the best.
I'm glad you said defensive secondary. So
yeah, I'll probably have to go defense.
I'll probably said defensive secondary, Nick. So hold on. Let me catch up, and then I'm gonna go to why I asked you that question.
Okay, go ahead.
Are we going to target a safety? Jonathan is reading my mind, man. Just hold right there, Jonathan. God, he's reading my mind, man. Wow. Yes, ladies softball walk off. UGA again won series and boys baseball sweep. Sweeps number 3 LSU. Is that correct? Yes. DC and Nick, what's up, Auburn Dad for life? What's going on? How you doing? That's my guy.
What's up, Auburn Dad? Yeah,
we're gonna get to that too. Terrence Love and the Porter. Jonathan, you might as well just be on the show, man, because you are ahead of us. We're gonna target the safety. What's up, TJ? What's going on, man? We're gonna have to earn some transfers for basketball. Yes, we need some big men for basketball, man. Straight up, we need big men.
Maybe coming.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean maybe coming? Talk to me.
It's a 7-foot center in the portal that's heading. That I don't say heading to Auburn, but he's visiting Auburn. So,
okay, God, Jonathan just answering all the questions. Do I need to take him down? I heard some say Auburn should target Nico. I say they shouldn't. What's up? We're gonna give our thoughts on that too, man. One wide receiver, 2 DB. He said his best. Okay, he's saying wide receiver is the best group. Got it. Okay. DB has the most depth. Wide receiver is better with depth as well. Okay, now let's get to this, Nick. The reason I asked him this question because Hugh Freeze said when they asked him what was his targets for the transfer portal, Hugh Freeze said, and this shocked me. Number one, he said they've been talking about targeting another quarterback in the portal for every time they meet. Man, I was like, okay, we have 4 quarterbacks. Number one, so I was surprised about that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, he said the offense was set. But aside from that, they kind of just having discussion. Should we just target another quarterback or no? Okay. Aside from that, he said, man, the offense is set.
Mm-hmm.
So they look good on offense. So they're not even really looking in the portal for anyone on offense unless they decide to go after a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
He also said that they may go after a defensive lineman or a linebacker because we know the linebackers are young. And you can always use, big bodies in the trenches. Now, this is what shocked me, and I'm getting to why I asked you that question.
Okay.
He said if it was a lockdown in the portal, he'll go get a DB.
Of course.
But I'm like, man, why though? You just said the defensive back is the best position group on the team. I thought defensive back would be set, honestly. I thought we would maybe just put our efforts toward a defensive lineman or linebacker, but that was a shocking statement to me.
I mean, no, you can't. I mean, the thing is, all right, and I want people to understand every time I talk as if I'm talking about guys that's projected to the NFL and what an NFL team will look like. Because let's just be honest, college football is professional football, and so sure. I can't see the difference between them. I'm just gonna be real with you. We're gonna get into that later on. We'll talk about Nico. But okay. The thing is, when you build a team out, first you go get a quarterback.
Okay.
Secondly, you go get depending on who you ask. Secondly, you either go get somebody that's gonna rush the quarterback, or you get somebody to protect the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Third on that list is somebody that can shut down the other team's receiver.
Okay.
So basically, because the whole narrative is defense wins championships. Yes, defense stops other teams from scoring, but scoring is important as well. So sure. you need somebody. If you can get a true lockdown corner that you can legitimately put on one side of the field against another team's best receiver and not have to worry about anything, that's a very valuable piece. That's very valuable. That's the reason why corners besides quarterbacks, pass rushers and left tackles are literally like the 4th or 5th highest paid players on the team in the NFL. Because after that, it's literally the wide receiver and the cornerback, or the cornerback and the wide receiver. Because if you have a playmaker at wide receiver that can go up against number ones, you're gonna pay them. But then if you have a number one cornerback that can lock down superstar number one receivers, you're gonna pay them. So I mean, it's just I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. If you can go get a lockdown cornerback, and add depth to the position to where when you rotate guys out, that the quality of play doesn't drop. Yeah, go get it. Because the thing is, you got to understand, the football has changed. It is more of a spread you out, pass them type lead now. So you need athletes and guys that can lock down and that can tackle as well too. On the perimeter. So yeah, I don't blame him. Go.
So having said that, so in that vein, man, go out there and get Nico then, or go ahead and get another receiver. You see what I'm saying? At what point do you do you say, man, we are okay? Let me ask you this. At what point do you say we're settled at a position? So you think that with Crawford, man, Can Lee, you said Rayon, this dude is the joint, man.
Legit.
Yeah, right. So I'm saying, like, okay, you go get a shutdown. Who it's like, bro, like who you sitting, Crawford? Who you sitting now?
Well, it's not about sitting, it's about depth.
Who you I know, but I'm just saying, man, somebody gotta sit though with how talented. Yeah, how talented these guys are.
It's not about starting, it's about having depth, because the thing is, guys ain't gonna be able to play 4 games. You know what I'm saying? It's about having depth. And then when you have depth, what makes and we talked about this on the show Friday. It was like, when we talked about it, we was like, we hit on this. We was like, what separates elite teams from, just very good teams? It's basically like what made Alabama and Georgia so dominant in the years when they was just when they were running. What made them so dominant was the fact that they had number 2s that were just as good as the number 1s.
Sure.
So in yeah, we have some really good people that can be 1s, but we have a lot of youth that potentially can be good. But if you can go out there and go get another lockdown corner to back up, a Strata or a Crawford or a Can Lee, and then when they come off the field for a breather and you put him in, there's no drop off. That's invaluable. That's invaluable right there. So if you can have, because Auburn's gonna run a 4, they're gonna run the 3-3-5. So they're gonna have 5. They're gonna have 5 defensive backs, so which means they're gonna have a nickel back and 2 corners. So if you have 2 corners that start, 1 nickel back, and if you can have 2 of those guys behind them, if you have 2 guys behind them to where when they step on the field, the talent doesn't drop off, and then you can potentially move. Let's say you can move Sylvester Smith down to a nickel position, or you can move Champ Anthony to a nickel position, and then you have 2 guys that can play the boundary and field corner position, and there's not a big drop off from there. That's invaluable. So yeah, I don't blame him.
Okay, so you telling me if you would go get another receiver?
I would probably go get another cornerback. I
mean, no, I'm saying if I'm shifting gears. If a receiver was in the portal, do you go get another receiver?
Not with this class, no, because you have Cam Coleman, you have Malcolm Simmons. If Auburn's gonna go out in what they normally run, which is 11 personnel,
okay,
your three starting receivers are going to be Malcolm Simmons. From what we're hearing, it's going to be Malcolm Simmons. It's going to be Cam Coleman. It's going to be Eric Singleton. Okay, who's behind them? Perry Thompson had a great day yesterday, so it seems it seems as if he's made himself legitimate. Horatio Fields is there, and then Sam Turner is there. That's the other 3. And then right behind them, we haven't talked about Bryce Kane, and we haven't talked about any other guys that can the two brothers that coming from Selma. Yeah. So the thing is, if you were to run a 2 deep, you have right now 6 guys that you legitimately can go at wide receiver and play a full game with and rotate in constantly. You can't really say that. Like you can't really say that at cornerback at the secondary. You can, because everybody can kind of, they're interchangeable in the back on the back end. But you want a Blake Woodby who plays cornerback to come up to speed. He's a freshman though. Like there's been a lot of, I'm not gonna say a lot, but there's been some chatter about Blake Woodby as if like once it happens, like once it clicks, he's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be one of those guys in the secondary. But when you look at that, like we hear JC Hart, but JC Hart hurt. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Sylvester Smith more than likely is gonna be in that on the back end part of the secondary.
Absolutely.
Like, in the free safety in the second in the strong safety. When you look at the corner position, the corners, the field and the boundary corners, the Jay Crawfords, the Can Lees, the Rayon Strada, who behind them do you have? Blake Woodby right now is the only thing that we're hearing about. You know what I'm saying? And we're seeing. So yeah, I would probably go get another lockdown corner.
So from that, are you saying that then the receiver room must be the best room on the team then?
I'm saying
you from I'm saying?
No. I wouldn't say that. I would say they're probably the most talented room on the team. But if I had to go out right now, just based off of what I saw from last year and what I know was coming in, and if I had to play a full game right now with just those three guys that at the two corners and in the nickel position, I would probably have more faith in them stopping number one receivers in that, just because it's just because Jay Crawford played very well, and the fact of the matter that they can interchange in that secondary too. So you could probably so you could have Caleb Harris come down and play nickel and probably have somebody move back to the safety and stuff like that and rotate in and things and stuff. So I mean, I feel like they're the strongest group, the one that you can interchange the most, because you got 6 guys in the wide receiver room, but you have a lot more guys on the back end part. But behind those guys that we've seen play, they're just not proven. It's just they just don't have.
Okay, so what you're saying is if you're taking like the starters, then they would be the best group.
Yeah,
but okay, I got you. Okay, now that makes sense. That makes sense. I got you. And my man Jonathan Taylor said it's not gonna be anything bigger than QB3. Yeah, of course. And like Hugh Freeze says, to get another quarterback in here is gonna be a hard sell. But I thought the fourth quarterback was gonna be the guy out of they got from South Carolina, man. That
he's not at Auburn anymore.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
he's not even at Auburn anymore.
Okay. You can never have too many DBs.
Yep.
Yeah. In the portal, get one number one cornerback, one safety, and 1-2 D lineman, and 1-2 linebackers. We good. Man, that's a lot, man.
That is a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot. ESPN already saying we over 20 million for the roster, bro.
I would sit here and say I would probably look at that and say I would probably safety. I wouldn't go get a safety because I think Anquan Fagans and
Auburn. Let me bring that back up. Go ahead.
I think I wouldn't go get a safety because I think Anquan Fagans and Eric Winters are gonna step in and play a lot this year. I would probably go get another cornerback. Definitely, I would always definitely go if there was a D lineman available. I would definitely go get a D lineman.
Got to, bro.
Because,
yes, sir.
And then just for depth purposes and leadership, I would probably get one more linebacker. So out of that, I would probably get a cornerback, one more D lineman, and one more linebacker.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's probably
he said Anna QB3. We got QB3. He just ain't there yet.
He's gonna be QB2.
Well, no, man. How they say? I'm not sleeping. I'm just saying whatever. I'm saying we got it. We have 3 QBs. So in whatever order. Don't get Nico if he's gonna hold out at Tennessee. He's gonna hold out here.
I can't wait till we talk about that because I got
we're gonna get to it. We got to get to it. I'll speed through, man. No need, especially if that means having Arnold on bench paying him all the money. Yeah. What's up, Tight, man? What's up, Tight? If you got Alabama fans, go over there and see my man, Tight Sports Alabama Football Megacast. We got a room full of lockdown corners. Make them an offer. I'm sure they are hungry to play. Yeah. Okay, Tight. Tight. Like me and Ted said, y'all need to get some defensive linemen, man. That's what y'all need to do. That he don't see it though. Agree. He agreed with Nick, man. You also got Simpson. What's his name? Simpson in the secondary. Alabama surely don't need all those corners though. What's up, PhD? I am back. Yep, he was missed on Wednesday. I am back, man. I was out on a secret mission, man. But I am back, man. I am back, PhD. How you doing, PhD? 10 corners hit the field for Auburn last year. Woo! So y'all trying to put one more out there. Hey, DC, I guess your vitamin D is high as the sky since you've been hanging off the side of a milk jug. Wow. Wow. Okay, PhD, roll tide. DC was probably had to see a specialist to move ahead to the football season. Probably. No, man, I was proud of my team getting to the Final Four, which your team did it tight. Oh, man, proud of my team, man. We made it to the Final Four. That's great, man. That's great. 335, I love that defense for AU, man. Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah. I feel you on that one, Tight, man. We're in the same place. We're in the same place with that. I feel the same way. All of those emojis right there, man. especially the end ones, the middle ones. Yeah, man. Jonathan said he's never like 335. JT has worked well for. Wait a minute, Google who ran the 335 defense all the way to the national championship. Nobody. Run tight. There been a stand sighting high time. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, y'all got to go. Y'all got to watch Iron Bowl debate. Go back and watch Iron Bowl debate. Not this week, last week, the week before this one, man. Wednesday at 6 p.m. Man, that was hilarious, man. JTTC ran the 335 and got ran. Yes, they did, man. And they got ran. If that was against Georgia, they got ran, and Georgia was eating chicken wings on the sideline. They ran them so bad. I meant Ty Simpson. At QB. Okay.
Yeah, we good on that.
How was Devin Williams coming out and practice sucks? He tore his ACL. Man, okay. Lord have mercy. All right, man. Nick, let's get to this, man. Let's talk about some players right quick. Right. You already mentioned Perry Thompson, man. It seems like Perry Thompson is coming on, man. He said he was humbled because he had to kind of sit and play behind someone else, but he learned a lot. And he says he's, man, learn to be patient. And he said he thinks he's gonna have a big season this year, man. What do you got on Perry Thompson, man? Hugh Freeze said the same thing too. Just got to be patient, man.
Based on what we saw yesterday, it's about to happen. So eventually, man, talent is gonna show itself. But the thing about it is, once you start going up in levels of competition, execution matters.
Yes, absolutely.
Talent can't just win you every game. It'll win you some games. But actually understanding the game, thinking the game, and learning the game matters. So it seems as if now he's understanding it more. And it seems like everybody is saying about him. And now once he understands it and it becomes easier for him and the game slows down for him, I mean, now he can just let his talent show. And you kind of saw that yesterday. You saw that yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the way he played, had 2 nice catches and some. And he did some other things great as well too. But it's gonna happen. It's just a little time, Yeah,
and contested catches at that, man. And it's like you just said, man. And Hugh Freeze said it takes time to build technique, man. Overall talent, and it's more prevalent too in defensive line, offensive lineman, man. You can't just come in there and just doing the stuff you did in high school, man, and just going off raw, brute, athletic talent, man. You got to get technique. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn the game. You got to learn the playbook. You got to learn the mental part, man. He got the physical part. Like Hugh Freeze said, man, he said DJ Metcalf redshirted, man.
Yep.
So it's not foreign, man. It's not foreign. All right, Nick. Terrence Love hit the portal, man.
Yeah, that one was a little interesting to me because from I mean it seems as if he was probably gonna play some this year.
But you never know in this day and time, man. You got these agents, people could be like, okay, you're gonna be in the rotation. Man. Hey, man, I got an offer over here. You're gonna get paid.
Very true.
Like Herbert Smart said, man, he was like, man, this is crazy. He said a firm representing players reached out to him, was like, okay, we're gonna have like this Zoom or whatever to so you can meet my players or whatever, this showcase, however they will have it on Zoom, wherever they will have it. And Herbert Smart was like, man, like what if some of these players on my team, man? So these people are like, and Tyke mentioned this too, like what if an agent has 10 players or 5 players on your team that is just like, hey bro, we finna snatch all our players. So Terrence Love is in the portal, man. Safety 4-star guy.
It was wild. It was wild to me a little bit. Yeah, he got 2 years of eligibility left. So that's gonna be
and my man Alex McPherson is back, man. He had his large intestines removed, Nick.
Yeah, man. He was under 100 pounds at one point in time.
Yeah, I know. I know he said he was down to 132. That's unbelievable.
He was down lower than that. He was below 100 at one point. And I think they said he got away to about like 160 now.
Yeah, something like that. Yep. Yeah, man. So, man, hey, congratulations to him, man. He said he's feeling better, man. He said he shouldn't have kicked in the Kentucky game last year.
Said he should not have.
He said he shouldn't have, man, because he was like that week. He said that week he felt good, but he was like, man, as the week progressed, man, he was like he started dropping weight again because they thought they had it figured out. He said he started dropping weight again, man, and I think he said he kicked in that game and then 130. Like 132 or something like that.
Yeah, that's small, man. That's small.
Yeah, that's tiny, bro. We was watching the game. I forgot who was watching the game with, and they were like, "Man, why is y'all kicker so small?"
Look like a little kid.
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, what is y'all? Why is you?" I was like, "Man, he has an illness, man." I'm like, okay, but man, good to see Alex back, man. Congratulations, Alex, man. Congratulations, man. Anquan Fagans, man. That man is a turnover machine. I'm hearing.
Yeah, he picked off Deuce Knight.
Yeah, it's like, man, he's picking off everything that comes his way, man. So I'm excited to see this guy play. Shout out to Sharpshooters Podcast, man. Y'all check them out, man. Sharp is still waiting for Anquan Fagans to sign with Alabama.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm saying I think Anquan Fagans gonna have the KJ Bolden effect. That I think he's gonna have the same effect that KJ Bolden had for Georgia last year. I think.
That was tight. Tight say that was me, DC. I thought he was from middle school.
Oh, that was you that said it. Oh, okay. All right. Why he's so little?
Yeah, why is he so little? Let's get to this, man, and we'll close this thing out, man. This is Tennessee has parted ways with Nico. He's parted ways, man. He was making $2.4 million in Tight. We're gonna talk about this Wednesday. I know because I gotta hear what Tight gotta say Wednesday at 6. So y'all tune in. Yes. But yeah, hear what Tight gotta say on this one. So I'm worried about Nick. So he gotta say, but Nico, QB for Tennessee, making $2.4 million a year, man. Came back to the table, wanted an increase in pay, and sat out the spring. Josh Heupel said, man, no one is bigger than, you know what I'm saying, the power T, man. Not even me. So, Nico, kick rocks, baby. Nico say he getting in the portal Wednesday. And the portal opens Wednesday, so, man, let's get ready. Go ahead. What you and tell me what you think about that first, Nick. I know you meditate. Tell me what you think about that first. And then I want you to tell me, I think you should get a 5-star at every position and every cycle for this reason. But tell me what you think about both of those things. First, tell me what you think about Nico, and then
this Nico situation is interesting to me because he was practicing all the way up until Thursday. And like it's reported that so Andy Staples from 03, him and Ari do a show. And he reported that that Thursday night, Nico was at the offensive coordinator's house, still going over the playbook, still learning, scheme and everything like that. Thursday night, and then Friday, he just didn't show up to practice. Which all right. So let's try to break this down here, okay? Let's try to break this down because this is what was said. This is what was said. Okay. Now, if he was at the offensive coordinator's house Thursday night. All right. When the report came out Thursday that they were in active negotiations. Thursday.
Okay.
What they said. The report came out that Nico and Tennessee were in active negotiations to up his NIL commitment.
Okay.
And things. And it's rumored that his representatives, which everybody is, because everybody is saying his dad and a friend.
Okay,
that's what they're saying. So I must just still say allegedly his dad and his dad
allegedly. Okay,
were the ones that were representing him
allegedly. Okay,
and he was looking for something in the range of $4 million. Now, let me get this out of the way.
Get it out of the way, Nick.
Nico is not worth $4 million after what we saw last year.
Okay.
I will tell you that. Okay. Now, were there other things that were related to him not being worth that amount of money?
Okay.
Yes. Maybe the offensive line wasn't that good. He didn't have time to throw the football. Maybe he only had Brew McCoy to throw the football to. You know what I'm saying? Dylan Sampson, who was a running back, kind of got them down. It was kind of the straw that stirred the drink there. For Tennessee. So this season, would have been the prove it season for him because not Arkansas, but Tennessee lost a lot. You know, they was having a lot of new talent that needed to be proven as well. And Nico was going to be that cornerstone. So this was going to be the season to see how Nico was actually going to perform and see him actually perform up to his talent. Because I still think he's a talented. I still think he's that quarterback that everybody thinks he is. But I think, like as always, there's no quarterback that's just going to step on the field and just be great. Day one.
Sure,
there's
absolutely
progress. There's levels to this.
Right.
And last year was his first full year as a starter. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So here's the thing, man. Something about it just still doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't. Because if you're in active negotiations Thursday, you're at the offensive coordinator's house Thursday night, still going over what you're gonna do for Saturday. What happened in between Thursday night and Friday of practice to where he was just like, I'm not showing up to practice, and that he plans on putting his paperwork in to enter into the transfer portal?
Hey, I'll tell you like this. If it were me, I'm not forgetting. I ain't talking about Nico. What would stop me if somebody dropped that bag on me and was like, yeah, man.
And that's what I think.
Somebody dropped the bag. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna be at practice tomorrow. I'm gonna have to holler at y'all.
That's what I think it is. There was a report that came out. There was a report that came out that Dan Lanning from Oregon called Josh Heupel and told him that Nico's representatives were shopping around for a NIL deal. Report that came out. And now the funny thing is, one of the schools that everybody is saying that he's predicted or on the short list is Oregon.
I thought they say Oregon turned them down.
This is the thing. Like everything you hear about this is weird because like even with them saying we're moving on from Nico, even with Tennessee saying we're moving on from Nico, that still sounds weird to me. It really does. Like the more I think about this, I'm like, so he literally like, okay, in negotiations, yes, you may start high and then they may start here, but there's always a middle ground that you end up at in negotiations. This is what I'm saying. So you mean to tell me he was just that hard pressed to not move off of that number, but the negotiations were less than 12 hours to where he was like, I'm not moving. And trust me, there are people that are closer to the situation to where they know more than we do. But just from what's presented, it just seems as if there's more to this story than what it is. Because if you are practicing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day they practice that week, if you're practicing all week, Thursday you at the offensive coordinator's house, but then Friday morning you decide not to show up practice after just being at your offensive coordinator's house the night before. Something else about this doesn't sound right.
Yeah. And sometimes, bro, and sometimes in negotiation too, man, sometimes people call your bluff. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people call your bluff. You think you have leverage, and then it's like, and I'm not saying this happened, but I'm just saying sometimes in negotiations, bro, it's just like, hey, I want this amount. No, we can only give you this amount. I'm stuck on this amount, and they be like, okay, bye. And you be like, whoa, wait a minute. No, go ahead, man.
But here's a question. If they,
I'm not saying that happened, but I'm just saying,
if they did if Tennessee called his bluff, right? They just found out Nico wasn't bluffing.
Yeah, but see, but you gotta think, bro, it had to end somewhere like that because Josh Heupel said, you know what I'm saying, no one is bigger than this team, not even me. You see what I'm saying? So he, like, man, I'm not letting nobody, strong arm me, bro. I'm not letting,
But the thing about that is that's in all negotiations. Everybody's not gonna get what they want.
I agree.
Any negotiations, everybody has to feel as if they've given something up in the negotiation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But the thing is, the narrative is hindsight is always 20/20.
Yes.
Everything that we've heard that has come out since then has come from Tennessee.
Sure.
We haven't heard anything from Nico's side.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything that's being reported has been reported from the eyes and lenses of Tennessee, saying we've moved on from him. What we could be hearing, the number we could be hearing at $4 million could literally be a could literally not be the number. It could literally be he was probably asking from between 2.2 and 2.4.
He's getting 2.4 from
he could literally just ask, can I just get $3 more million because I already know what's about to happen? Can I get the $3 million because I know what's about to happen this year?
That's a big ass, man.
But here's the thing. So $600,000 is big because okay. So if you like, and I stated this on the show, we talk about Auburn, but Water Cooler Talk Sports is literally we talk college football, but we look at all SEC teams. And I try to look at all SEC teams to see exactly where Auburn would fit in the landscape of the SEC. And like looking at rosters and looking at everything, stuff like that. Tennessee's roster this year is not going to be that good. Now, last year, and Tez put it up last year. I mean, when we talked about this on Friday, Ted said that Auburn was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Auburn was the 8th team last year. Coming back coming on the roster, Auburn was the 8th blue chip team in the SEC. Okay. Right before them,
blue chip ratio.
Okay. As far as blue chip ratio, right before them was Tennessee.
Okay.
Now you lose the biggest blue chip of them all. That's coming back this year. That is about to drop a lot. What was Nico, a 5-star?
Nico, a 5-star? He's a 5-star.
When you look at what Tennessee has, bro, when you look at what they have, the defense should be solid enough. They should be solid. Offensively, it's a lot of unproven, talent on the offensive side of the ball for me to be very secure about Tennessee being that good. Nico, like when you look at the offense and you see what's around him, he probably is worth that amount. Because like unless Tennessee was going to go in the spring portal and go get him some help on the offensive line, another playmaker on the outside, something like that, Nico was gonna have to show why he was a 5-star type guy this coming up season. So maybe he's looking at it like, okay, if I can go somewhere that has an offense that has a better upgraded offensive line, even if it's in the Big Ten or the Pac-12 or the ACC, if I can go somewhere that has a better upgraded offensive line with some playmakers on the outside that can help us win, that helps my draft stock even more. Because guess what's gonna happen if I don't perform this year with what's around me? People gonna be like, yeah, he won. He's not worth that 2.2. But what if you give me something and you are allocating that money to other places around on the offensive side of the ball, then yeah, I understand it. But look, it may not be enough around me to help us win like we did last year. Guess what? Brew McCoy was there, Dylan Sampson was there. We had we had an offensive line that can block, but guess what? A lot of them guys ain't coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, when I look at this, like, and you gotta understand everything that we've heard come out in the media has been coming from the school's perspective, has been coming from Tennessee perspective. Nico and his camp ain't said a word. Or if they said something, it has been, we haven't heard nothing from it.
I've heard anything.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I'm looking at this and I'm like, when they said we've moved on from Nico, I'm like, what do you mean we've moved on from Nico? Like, that's a very specific choice of words, that we've moved on from Nico. That sounds as if you're an organization like in the NFL saying we've cut and we moved on from. That's what it sounds
That's
like.
Exactly what it sounds like, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I don't understand it. Like, I don't know if he was still willing to negotiate to probably get down to a lower number. If $4 million was the number, like, I don't know if he was willing to negotiate to get that number down to somewhere where they can come to a happy medium or something like that. I don't even know if this was real or not. Because to be honest, you know, because sometimes people would tell us stuff in our face that we saw that happen.
Yeah.
And they would tell us it wasn't even happening.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
It can happen.
I agree.
So the thing is, like, unless you are on the inside of it and you are close to the situation and you know what's going on, all we doing is just speculating.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
All I can do is just make an assumption or something based off of what I've read and seen so far. And what I've read is that all the way up until Thursday, he was practicing. Thursday night, he was at the offensive coordinator house, still getting ready for the game on Saturday. Friday, he did not show up to practice, and the staff was wondering what was going on. But he was just at the offensive coordinator house the night before, And then Friday night, Saturday morning, the statement comes out, we've moved on from Nico, next man up. Nobody's bigger than the university.
Yeah, see, too, you have to look at it too this way too, because they were saying now they're gonna have to go to the portal and get a quarterback. You never know, man. Their roster, because we're not in the revenue sharing right now, so we're just getting money off of these collectives. Okay, so they're saying Auburn this year is at $20 million for their team total team revenue. That's what ESPN.
That's winning national championship.
Right. Oh, yeah. So they're in that. That's
Ohio State.
Right. Exactly. So if Auburn is in that 20 million, okay, just say if they make the playoffs this year and come back next year, man, it's like what they're saying is until we get revenue sharing, sometimes with this money that we're getting from these collectives, man, it's already money allocated. Because they might have been like, okay, Nico, and I'm not saying this is it. I'm just making a speculation based on college football and what I understand. It's like sometimes with these things, you get up to this point, just like for Auburn, man, the roster is set and money is allocated. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. For this season. So with Nico, they could have been like, and I'm not saying this happened, they could have been like, okay, we got money allocated. We can move this much, dude, but we need to go get 3 defensive linemen. We need to get 2 linebackers. We need to get some receivers. We can't do that. You see what I'm saying? We can't do that if we give you that much money. I'm not saying that happened, but in this day and age of college football and NIL collectives, man, this money is set, bro, because it's donated money. You might not next year, Auburn, unless they have earmarked it for next year, hopefully they have, Auburn might not have 20 million to work with next year. And they might have this big roster and they might get, we'll be in sharing next year. But I'm just saying, if we were to stay in the NIL era with collectives only.
Yeah, but the thing
next year you might not get but $10 million, dude.
No, they'll have 20 million because they'll have 20 million each year because of the fact of the way that it's almost like the salary is exactly like the salary cap in the NFL. So each year, what they'll do is like, so I did the number. So Auburn's athletic department made $192 million last year.
Yes.
192, something like that. I think like 60 or 70 of that went towards went towards like all other stuff like salaries, whatever it is, stuff like that. Then other stuff went to it. So I think they had a surplus, if I'm not mistaken. In 2023, they had a surplus of like almost $10 million, somewhere between $3 to $10 million they had a surplus of, something like that. So out of that money that they brought in, the 20 million would come out of that, the revenue part that they would get.
Yeah.
Revenue.
No.
They have 20 million to work with each year. It's basically
yeah. I was just saying if they didn't have the 20 million, if we were still just depending on collectives, then that money fluctuates. That's that
is what fluctuates.
Yeah. So you're right. When this year, man, we'll have the 20 million, but see, even that 20 million right there is going to have to be dispersed against between all athletes, man.
Yeah. So basically, like
with Title IX, so it's not really going to be 20 million.
Yeah, like so 80% of that will go towards football, and then the other will be split between the other sports and stuff like that.
Auburn Dad for Life says someone will pay Nico. If they paid Carson Beck, man, they will pay Nico, man.
They're gonna pay Nico. Yeah.
Ty said Dan Lanning snitch, man.
I told you.
Ty said he was not worth that much out of high school. The numbers have everyone shook. Time for the CBA because it ain't over.
But see, to Ty's point right there, that is a good point, because when you when you look at the NFL, right, there's the reason why guys in the NFL are always trying to get top dollar is because it resets the market.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So for example, Jalen Hurts, he signed the biggest quarterback contract in history. $250 million. But Deshaun Watson literally had the biggest one because it was fully guaranteed. He had 230 million guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So every year when it happens, you always trying to reset the market. Trey Hendrickson right now is trying to get his number as close to what what's my guy? What's the dude from the Browns?
The defensive end.
He's trying to get his number close to his number because of what he did last year. He looking at the metrics saying, look, I was the sack leader last year, so I should literally be in that same ballpark, if not more. Based on what he got. So he always trying to reset the market, and that's the reason why when you have those type of players, It makes sense. So basically, if Nico was doing what he's doing, Nico's setting the market. So basically, Carson Beck set the market allegedly for what he was doing. So basically, Nico like, okay, if they paying him this much, guess what? I'm here. I started in the SEC. I made it to the college football playoff. We didn't win, but guess what? I was a college football playoff quarterback. And guess what? Quarterbacks in the NFL that make it to the playoffs, some of them that don't get bigger contracts than some of the guys that win Super Bowls sometimes. You see what I'm saying? So he's saying, look, I'm resetting the market. I'm trying to get what he got. You know what I'm saying? So it's not so when we talk about this, man, if people talk about is the money. I'm like, look, bro, college football always been a business. It's just been it's just the fact now that it's just the fact now the people that weren't getting paid off of it, the ones that was out there doing the work, are now actually like, look, we went out here the ones hitting and tackling and getting hurt.
Yeah, man.
That's what it is. Give me my piece of what I'm doing to help put those people in the seats.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really all it is. Yeah. And you know, and it's like that. And I am not against it at all. I'm like, bro, get your money, bro. Get it.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Yeah. Somebody, Josh Hyper say you ain't getting it from me.
That's basically what he said.
Tight said USC, California, city of Compton. Feed that man some cold beans, and he got ticked off. This is Miami's fault. LOL. Yeah, man.
It kind of is, to be honest with you.
Because did they say his total compensation package was $10 million?
Yes,
$10 million, man.
$10 million total compensation package. That's crazy. That is ridiculous. But when you think about like those type of schools that make that type of money, like that ain't nothing to them. $10 million is nothing to them to put on a player.
Sure, absolutely, man. He said, "Big, who comes up short on the short end of the stick, man."
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Tennessee gonna probably come up on the short end of the stick in the short run.
Yeah. And then it depends on. Think about this though. If you have all that money now, think about this. If you have all that money that Nico was gonna get, even if you was gonna escalate him, say if you was gonna escalate him to $3 million, now you have $3 million to go to the portal and go crazy.
Yeah, because you ain't paying him this year.
You ain't paying him. So you could build a team around whatever quarterbacks you have. They're going to have to go to another quarterback, but you could you got $3 million to go build a team now.
But it's the thing, though. But it's the thing. How many people are going to actually hit the portal?
That's
how many people? How many quality starting type quarterbacks or starting type people are going to actually hit the portal this and by Wednesday?
Yeah, and this is the second portal, so
exactly,
I agree with you. And then you have the thing about you can't transfer in the SEC
in the conference, a
conference transfer anymore.
Like,
in this portal,
it's and the reason why I say it's gonna hurt Tennessee in the short run, because I mean Tennessee got another 5-star on the roster that's coming in as a freshman. So in the next couple of years, if they develop him correctly, Tennessee will be right back where he at. If Nico goes to a team, right? If he goes to what we consider to be a French competitor team, team that has 1-2 playmakers at the wide receiver position, has somewhat of a running game, and has a decent offensive line, or something like that, and has somebody that can develop him over this summer fall camp, to where he can get in the playbook and understand it, and it fits his skill set. Nico gonna take off. It's gonna help him in the long run, because the thing is, what people fail to realize, what Nico did happens in the NFL all the time. So this NFL talk of him holding out and stuff like that, man, guys hold out in the NFL on contracts when they have 1 and 2 years left on contracts.
Yeah,
so
man, but
that's nothing new. That's nothing new.
But with this college stuff, bro, you hold out right before the portal open. Good Lord, man.
Guys do the NFL right before mandatory OTAs. When
they
start losing money,
but it's not
give me until I get a new contract.
But it's not But it's some repercussion though, Nick. They're still bound to their contract, and if they don't get traded, they're just gonna sit there and just bleed money. What I'm right, but that's the difference with Nico. He could just dip and leave. It's no repercussion. It's no, in the NFL, it's repercussions, man. It's like Nico if they still hold on to you, dude, you just gonna bleed money. We not if we gonna hold on to you, just gonna bleed money. Don't show up, you losing money. Nico, bro, he could just leave.
Yeah, but the thing about it is what people fail to understand is if Nico's leaving in the spring portal, how many teams need a starting quarterback right now? So there's a repercussion for him as well too. So somebody cannot pick him up. Because
I agree.
Let's be real about it.
I agree.
People that go into the portal, a lot of people that go into the portal don't get picked up by other teams. Some of them end up trying to go back to the team that they left. So there's an opportunity where Nico don't get paid at all.
Yeah,
so that's a possibility as well. Now, how likely is that? I think it's very unlikely. I think somebody's gonna pick him up. I honestly feel as if it's the way that it's being reported that they didn't do this without knowing that there was an option B or C.
Ohio State.
Exactly. I mean, but that's an interesting one. You got Julian saying there. I mean, USC got some quarterbacks on the roster as well too. Oregon got some quarterbacks on the roster, but this is the thing. Does
Colorado
trade their room? That's a good one too. Like, do you want you got Caden Salter there, but Caden Salter got 1 year left. Now, how does that look? Now, if you bring in Nico, and then you got Juju there, and then you got Caden Salter there. Now, what you saying? Now, what you telling Caden Salter?
And I'm just throwing out names. We're not saying he going to those places. we just being messy right now, man. Auburn Dad for Life says, tight. Your fingers ever get tired? Wow, man, that amount of typing, man. What's up, Darren Nolan? What's going on, Darren Nolan? Darren Nolan said, "What about education, man?"
Man, I'm gonna tell you the best way.
It's not even in the equation. Now, I'm gonna
tell you the best way that Ryan Clark said it. Ryan Clark said when he was a student athlete at LSU, he said, "This is what Ryan Clark said." Ryan Clark said, "I'll make sure I'm saying it right. I want to make sure I'm saying it right."
Okay.
He said that education came first.
Yes.
It came first.
Okay.
And he said football. Wait a minute, I said it wrong. He said education came first. And football came second. That's what he said.
That's perfect.
I just want to make sure I said it right there. Education came first.
Yes, sir.
Football came second.
That's perfect. That's perfect, man. That's perfect. Ty says, allegedly, Auburn Podcast was behind the Nico departure. Podcast out of South Alabama. Allegedly.
Wow.
Okay. Don't forget about the latest cut in life and in college sports. Yes, Title IX, man. So that $20 million that's gonna be shared among athletes will be shared among everybody, man. What's going on, Huggy Beard? What's up, man? Say hello to little Huggy for us, man. Jay Flowers, is this Jay? What's Jay Flowers? What's going on, man? I think
yeah,
it is. He done changed his avatar and everything, man.
He did.
Like no more.
What is it? No, I say the flower. The flower pot. Is that what it say? Say the flower pot.
Yeah, he said he got tired. He got tired of you joking him, Nick. I think Tennessee just hurt this year, and Nick feels it later. I don't know, man. I don't think Nico feels it later, man. I don't. Especially if he goes to a better team, man. He might come out smelling like roses. Go to a better team, get paid more.
It did end up being a first round draft.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He said, "No, man, typing is my lifeblood, man." Who needs Nico, man? A lot of teams. Georgia need him.
Georgia could use Nico.
Yeah, Georgia could lose him.
He can't transfer in a conference.
You're right. He can't transfer in a conference, but Alabama could use him.
He need a waiver. He need a waiver. I don't know if the
SEC. He wouldn't. Yeah, he can't transfer to SEC. No.
Unless the SEC granted him a waiver.
But a lot of teams that could use him. Like I say, Alabama could use him, Missouri could use him, man. Tennessee could use him.
Tennessee could use him, but they said they moved on from him. So
we moved on from him, man. Kick rocks, man. My man Tight, the realest Bama I know, man. Come on, man. He said DC said the higher education is not even in the equation. No, it's not, man. It's just we just need to do enough to stay, you know what I'm saying, to keep getting these checks, man. That's what we need to do.
Education came first.
Yep.
Football came second.
Do enough to keep getting these checks. That's it, man, to stay eligible. Nick, what can they find you at, my brother? This was okay. Let me ask you this. Yes or no? And I think you already said no. So you haven't said this. I say you need to recruit a 5-star every cycle, every position for this reason. It's like Nico just dipped, man, a couple days from the portal. Now they left. Look at their quarterback room. But if they had 5-stars stacked, it wouldn't be as big a deal. That's why I say you got to stack 5 stars in this day and age at every position. Period.
The thing is, Nico didn't dip. The school moved on.
We moved on from.
They moved on from Nico. That's what they did. They moved on.
We moved on from Nico. That's what's up, man. Yeah, hit them likes, man. Everybody, hit the like button, man. Hit the time clock. Hit that like button, man. Catch you on the field.
Huh? Yeah, no, this just brings in the fact that they just need to bring in a legit governing body and a CBA, and that's what it is. Just have binding rules.
You gotta have
something like this happens.
Yeah, you got to have some contracts, man, because Tennessee, think about this, man, and we're about to get out of here, but Tennessee holding their part of the bargain. Auburn hold from what I understand, Auburn is holding their part of the bargain with their contracts. They always pay. You know what I'm saying? And some schools are not, but they're saying that Auburn pay their athletes, man. So you got Tennessee holding to their side, paying you even up until this point, man. And then it's just like, the schools are obligated, but then the players get to just dip, man. That ain't cool either. I'm for the players getting paid, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It still has to be evening out of the leverage, man. They shouldn't be able to just leave right before the portal, and the school has committed themselves to you, for the season.
If you feel that way, it should be the same way with coaches.
Yeah. But it is, but you got to think you have buyouts. So to a degree that now if your school doesn't have a buyout, that's just how you negotiate it. But it's available if you want it. With students, it's not available.
It doesn't affect the coaches, because if a coach leaves this, okay, let's say for instance, Coach A is at University of whatever, and University of Blue decides to ask University, tells the coach at University of whatever, hey, we want you to come be the head coach over here. Okay, this is week 10 of this season. My agent is behind the scenes negotiating with University of Blue, even though I'm at the University of whatever. And guess what? At the end of the season, I already know I'm about to leave and go to the University of Blue. But guess what? I have a buyout here saying that if I leave here, I owe the school that much money. Guess what? It doesn't affect the coach there, because University of Blue is going to pay the buyout for the university.
I understand that part.
So it does. So if that's the case, if we're going to have say that players need to be in the same thing of saying that if they decide they want to leave before the portal, it's their right to leave. Just like it's the right for the coach to leave who recruited those players. And the reason why majority of kids go to certain schools, they don't go to schools because of the school. They go because of the guy that's coaching them. You know what I'm saying? Majority of the time. So when that happens, guess what? If that dude leaves, then why are we sitting up here and we don't sit here and chastise the coach for it? Why are we chastising the player?
Now, I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, as long as it's available in the contract, even if the coaches have a buyout, if Hugh Freeze, just say for instance, if Hugh Freeze has a buyout of $25 million, ain't no school gonna pay that to get.
They will.
Nah, man, ain't no school gonna pay out no.
They want him that much.
$25 million buyout and pay for him and a new coaching staff. What I'm saying is that will put restraints. What I'm saying is at least with coaches, and I agree coaches can up and leave, but at least with buyouts, there is a restrainer. You know what I'm saying? Even though the other school might pay it, it's still a restrainer. What I'm saying is right now, and I'm not hating on the kids, man, do your thing. But what I'm just saying is that, man, right now with these kids, there's no restrainer, bro. They could just be like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder if that, I think when they do the contracts with the school, I don't think it'll be that way. I think they'll be binding contracts over a certain period of time because it's with the school. With NIL, you just signing for your name, image, and likeness. You're not signing to play, so they can't bind you to play. You feel what I'm saying? That's what the disconnect is. They can't bind you to play. But when the schools give a contract, I think they'll be able to bind you to play because they're paying you to play, not for your name, image, and likeness.
The thing about it is, man, NIL collectives technically is pay for play. I mean, that's really what it is.
It is, but they can't bind you to it, though. You feel what I'm saying? Because
they can't. But the essence of what you're saying is very true. They want you there because of your name, your image. But the thing about it is too, like, let's talk about this. Like, how many of these kids coming out of high school have that type of cachet to where you're paying them that much for their name, image, and likeness? Mm-hmm. Let's look at this. Let's look at this from a practical in the essence of college football, in the essence of name, image, and likeness. It's meant to basically say, look, we want you to come here, and when you play, when you get on the field and play, it should raise your profile. So by raising your profile, you are able to make money off of your profile from playing on the field by getting money based off your name, image, and likeness. That's what that means. How many of these kids coming out of high school do you know personally and have seen? I'm not gonna say you personally, but I'm just saying in general that you know personally and have seen whose names are so big that they deserve or that they need to get that much money. So in that vein, exactly in that vein, maybe one person, maybe the Manning guy because of his last name. That's a good one.
Maybe Arch Manning. Maybe Arch Manning.
You can probably say Juju Lewis was probably one of those guys as well.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But other than that, man, nobody.
My point exactly.
Yeah,
so
nobody.
You're giving, if they're giving these guys allegedly what they're giving them, you're giving a 17, 18-year-old kid $1 million plus come in, and nobody knows who they are.
Yeah. You getting it to them to play, bro. But you just can't.
It's pay for play.
It's pay for play, but you just can't. Yeah. You
NIL, if you were really getting paid off of name, image, and likeness, guess what? You're getting paid off of name, image, and likeness off of off of people that wanted to write the check because of what you've done on the field at the school that you're playing at. That's what it is. Your name, image. The reason why you getting paid by a collective for name, image, and likeness is because guess what? You're playing for that university.
Yeah, that's it.
Jersey, and that's the reason why.
That's it, bro. That's it. Because if that wasn't the case, then if Nico goes somewhere else, they'll still give him his name, image, and likeness.
Exactly. So I mean, like I understand the essence of what name, image, likeness is, but let's just be real about it. It's really pay for play.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Basically bringing what was done before from under the table on top of the table. That's all. That's all.
There you go.
So
that's up. Tight said next they'll be outsourcing football to Vietnam. And
that's crazy.
Pick them up, coach. Yes. Nick, where can they find you at, brother?
Yeah, Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. Here in these YouTube streets. Go follow us. Here you can type it in the search bar, Water Cooler Talk Sports in the search bar. And follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. Follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. We are here Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central here on YouTube.
What's up, man?
Giving you the live shows talking about SEC football, Auburn football, and recruiting. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
That's what's up, man. Y'all check out Tight Sports, man. Alabama Football Megacast, man. If you got Alabama fans in your life and your family, your husband, wife, dog, cats, tell them to check out Tight Sports, Alabama Football Megacast. And I am DC Wolf for Auburn Addicts-TV. That's YouTube. And on all other platforms is at Auburn_Addicts on all platforms. Man, check us out Wednesday, 6 p.m. for Iron Bowl debates with Alabama fan. Check us out, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all coming through. And for Nick Frazier, I am DC Wolf. And I want to say to you guys, all my Auburn Addicts,
War Eagle.